Hello, this is Jill Sand from JillSandConsulting. Today I was driving to yoga class and I was thinking about the yogis I was going to be working with today and guiding in their own practice. And I was thinking about some of the yogis who have, special physical concerns that they are healing through or working through. And I was reminding myself in yoga, sometimes to heal the physical needs, we have to take a look at the underlying emotional issues that are related to that. So driving to yoga, I kept asking myself, what are we holding on to? What do we keep holding on to that we want to continue to suffer through a pain, or we want to continue to be tight in an area? What is it that we're holding on to? Why do we hold on to that tightness? And so we can look at that from a physical standpoint and say to ourselves, well, we're holding on to those muscles or those ligaments. They're just very tight. We don't get a chance to stretch them out very often. Or we might take a look at the other causes for our pain too, and that would be to take a look at the underlying emotional issues that might be tied to it. So for instance, we might take a look, do we feel pain on our left side versus our right side? Pain on our left side can relate to our feminine aspects, our feminine energy, while pain on our right side can be relating to our masculine energy or the masculinity that we all embrace. And so we take a look at where we feel that pain, left or right. And then the other thing we question and ask ourselves is, where are we feeling that pain? So is it in our shoulders? Do we feel like we're carrying a burden on our shoulders? Is there a burden that we need to ask others to share with us? Or do we feel it in our chest? Is this something that relates to something that's keeping us back or repressing us or holding us down? Do we feel it, or do we have issues with our heart? Is this a reminder to open our hearts? Or are we too open with our hearts? Do we have to protect ourselves more? Do we have issues with our belly? Is that our willpower? Are we having issues struggling with our willpower? Are there issues through our hips? We're feeling things in our hips that might have to do with our sexuality. Are we feeling repressed? Are we feeling too open there? Are we having issues with our back, our spine? Again, do we carry a burden with our spine? Are we carrying somebody else's burden? Are we not taking enough of the share of responsibility? Do we have issues with our glutamus maximus? Do we have issues with our behind? Do we have issues with the back of our legs? What do we need to stretch? What do we need to unfold and bring to light? What do we need to feel that there's some flexibility there? Do we have some issues with our feet? Are we standing on our own 2 feet in our issues? Do we have pain on the bottoms of our feet? What's going on there? Are we taking too much on with our body? And maybe there's just too much that we're carrying around on this earth. So we take a look at our body and we think, what really is going on here? What am I holding on to? What do I need to let go of? It might be helpful for us to do some searches if we're having some issues with our shoulders or with any part of our body, and look at the physical needs and see what we can do to stretch those areas out and strengthen them at the same time. But we might also take a look at the emotional needs and see if there's some issues that we just haven't resolved that we need to start to come into some understanding that we haven't reached yet. So my idea and my thought for you today is to just think, what is it that I need to be looking at with my body? What am I holding on to? What can I let go of? What does my body tell me about my overall health? Having a great day, wishing you a great day. It's beautiful. Enjoy your summertime. Namaste.